Sophie, Countess of Wessex, almost had her sunglasses knocked off by a friendly Caribbean island bird as it swooped down over her head on her tour of an aviary. The Countess and her husband, Prince Edward, were invited to see the St. Vincent and the Grenadines national bird Amazonia guildingi as part of her visit to the botanical gardens in the country on Saturday. But as she entered the aviary, the Countess was unaware of one bird resting on the cage above her. Prince Edward was walking in behind her when the bird left its perch and flew over top of her head, forcing her to duck down and leaving her sunglasses falling down onto her face. The Countess and guests all laughed at the moment, which helped to lighten the mood, and Sophie was later introduced to the Amazonia guildingi as part of her visit to the botanical gardens in the country on Saturday. Eventually, Sophie and the bird soon warmed to one another, and by the end of her tour she was feeding them from the palm of her hand. The Earl and Countess of Wessex have arrived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as the second stop of their 7-day tour of the Caribbean after spending Friday in St. Lucia. Edward and Sophie initially received a friendly welcome when they arrived on the island nation, but later a group of about 15 protesters hung up banners as the royals made their way to Government House on the island. The demonstrators held up banners and signs reading "End to Colonialism" and "Compensation Now." Other placards used in the protest include "Down with Neo-Colonialism" and "Britain, your debt is outstanding." It comes after the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were faced with protesters during their recent tour of Belize, Jamaica and the Bahamas. The role of the monarchy is hotly contested across the Caribbean. Barbados axed the Queen as its head of state last year, and other countries are set to follow suit. At a state dinner on March the 23rd, the Duke of Cambridge expressed his grief over Britain's history of slavery, but he stopped short of apologising or mentioning reparations. "I want to express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened," he told guests at the home of Jamaica's Governor-General Patrick Allen. The Duke added, "While the pain runs deep, Jamaica continues to forge its future with determination, courage and fortitude. I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history." After Saturday's visit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Earl and Countess of Wessex will head to Antigua and Barbuda, where there is likely to be even more controversy. Ahead of their upcoming visit, campaigners in the country wrote a strongly worded open letter on the royal family's past comments on slavery. Antigua and Barbuda Reparations Support Commission referred to past comments by William, Charles and former Prime Minister David Cameron in its letter. The group said, "It has become common for members of the royal family and representatives of the government of Britain to come to this region and lament that slavery was an appalling atrocity, that it was abhorrent, that it should never have happened. We hear the phony sanctimony of those who came before you, that these crimes are a stain on your history. For us, they are the source of genocide and of continuing deep international injury, injustice and racism. We hope you will respect us by not repeating the mantra, 'We are not simpletons.'" The Earl and Countess of Wessex's Platinum Jubilee Tour was organised to mark the Queen's 70-year reign. During Saturday's visit, the Wessexes received a warm welcome from their host country, and they were presented with a bouquet of flowers by primary school pupil Ashley Church upon arrival by plane. Before standing on a platform to observe a guard of honour, Prince Edward was greeted by Governor-General Dame Susan Dugan, followed by Acting Prime Minister Montgomery Daniel. Throughout the day, the couple carried out separate engagements as part of their one-day trip to the island. In the coming days, the royal couple will also meet with communities, official leaders and explore islands as they visit Antigua and Barbuda.